Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive.
I'm Anna.
I'm Mark, and I'm excited for this one.
Yeah.
We're talking crypto bull run predictions. There's times when the whole market just seems to surge upwards.
Right.
And if you're already thinking about those meme coins with like 100x potential, well, you might want to check out the link in the description.
Mm.
Just saying.
Interesting.
But first, let's get some context. We're basing this deep dive on some recent chatter, especially after, Trump's election win.
Right.
People are saying it could be a game changer for crypto.
Yeah, his policies, especially around financial regulation, could have like a ripple effect on the crypto market.
Makes you wonder what this bull run might look like, right?
Right.
And which coins are going to be the big winners.
Exactly.
Speaking of winners, did you hear about Catzilla?
I have heard of that, yes.
This meme coin is supposedly going to explode during the bull run. They're calling it a movement, not just another meme coin.
Yeah, it's interesting how they're using that language to build hype.
Yeah.
The whole movement thing, the way they talk about breaking free from limitations, it's all very strategic.
Right. And then there's this whole pre-sale structure, 14 phases.
Wow.
Each one supposedly boosts your potential gains if you get in early.
Yeah, pre-sales are pretty standard with meme coins. It's a way to offer tokens at a lower price before they hit the big exchanges.
Creates a buzz, gets people FOMOing. And
Exactly.
speaking of FOMO, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, AI Finance Podcast. We'll keep you up to date on Catzilla and all the other crazy stuff happening in the crypto world right now.
Definitely.
Now, this isn't just about Catzilla, right?
Right.
The article also mentions Phantom Cosmos, Athena, and VeChain as potential players in this bull run. What are your thoughts on those?
Well, Phantom, or FTM, has been making some moves lately. They've seen a price jump of over 10% in just the last month, and their trading range is hovering between 53 cents and $0.70.
So what's the outlook for Phantom?
Well, there's this price barrier at $0.80 if it can break through that some analysts are saying we could see it go as high as 96 cents.
Wow.
That's a potential gain of 37%, which is nothing to sneeze at.
That's pretty impressive. And what about Cosmos? Is it showing a similar upward trend?
Cosmos, or ATOM, is looking interesting too. It's currently trading between $3.70 and $4.43, and the 10-day simple moving average is above the 100-day average, which is generally a bullish signal.
Okay, so both Phantom and Cosmos seem to have some positive momentum.
Yeah.
But what about the bigger picture? What's the overall market sentiment like?
Well, the article definitely highlights a very bullish sentiment in the crypto market, especially after Trump's victory. There seems to be a feeling of renewed optimism.
Right. It makes you wonder what else besides the election is feeding this positive outlook. Are there any underlying trends we should be paying attention to?
Well, there's definitely a growing awareness of blockchain technology and its potential applications. We're seeing more institutional investors dipping their toes into the crypto waters, and the regulatory landscape is becoming clearer in many parts of the world.
Right.
All of this contributes to a sense of legitimacy and stability.
It seems like things are really starting to heat up in the crypto world. But before we get too carried away,
Yeah,
let's take a step back and consider some of the potential risks involved.
that's a great point. It's important to remember that the crypto market is inherently volatile. Predictions are never guaranteed,
Right.
and past performance is not indicative of future results.
Exactly. We need to be cautious and do our own research before making any investment decisions.
Absolutely. Always diversify your portfolio and never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Right.
And don't just chase the hype, make informed decisions based on solid research.
Great advice. Now, let's shift gears a bit and explore how this potential bull run could impact the broader financial landscape.
Okay.
Could it actually shake things up in the traditional financial world?
It's certainly a possibility. If we see a significant surge in crypto prices, it could attract more attention from institutional investors and even governments.
And what would that mean for the average person? Could we see crypto becoming more integrated into our daily lives?
Absolutely. Increased adoption could lead to more businesses accepting crypto payments, more financial products and services built around crypto, and potentially even new forms of digital identity and ownership.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Imagine a world where crypto is as commonplace as credit cards or online banking. Would that be a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a complex question with no easy answers.
Yeah,
There are potential benefits like increased financial inclusion and greater control over our own assets.
right.
But there are also risks like volatility, security concerns, and the potential for
Right.
misuse.
It's important to weigh both sides. We don't want to get caught up in the hype and ignore the potential downsides.
Exactly. As with any emerging technology, there will be challenges to overcome, but the potential for disruption and innovation is undeniable.
So what does this all mean for our listeners? What should they be thinking about as they navigate this exciting and potentially volatile landscape?
First and foremost, stay informed, educate yourself about the technology, the market dynamics, and the potential risks. Don't just follow the hype.
Right. Make your own decisions based on solid research.
And remember, this is still a relatively new and evolving space. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns.
Hmm.
It's important to stay level-headed, manage your expectations, and be prepared for the long haul.
Exactly. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a long-term game that requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to learn and adapt.
Well said. So, to wrap things up, it seems like we're on the cusp of a potential crypto bull run with both exciting possibilities and potential challenges on the horizon.
Yeah, it's a fascinating time to be involved in this space, and it will be interesting to see how things unfold in the coming months and years.
Absolutely. And hey, if you want to stay on top of all the latest developments, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, AI Finance Podcast. We'll be dropping new videos all the time to keep you informed and entertained.
Definitely.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and as always, stay tuned.
Sounds good. It's also worth remembering that even if the whole market, is surging, not all coins will perform the same way.
Yeah. Some might shoot to the moon while others just kind of float there.
So how do we pick the right ones? Is it all about chasing the hype, or is there like a smarter way to go about it?
It's definitely not just about hype. You need to do your due diligence, really dig into what makes a project tick.
Okay.
Look at the team behind it, the technology itself, how the token works, and how much it's actually being used out in the real world.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. You mentioned the team. What should we be looking for there?
Experience for sure. Transparency is another big one. And a clear vision for the project. Do they have a proven track record? Are they upfront about their plans and progress?
Makes sense. And how about the technology itself? How can we tell if a coin's tech is actually as revolutionary as they claim it is?
It's about figuring out what problem they're trying to solve and whether their solution is truly innovative. Is it addressing a real need in the market? Does it offer something unique compared to what's already out there? Dive into the white paper, explore the tech, and try to understand its potential impact.
So we're not just staring at price charts, but really getting under the hood. You also mentioned how the token works. That sounds pretty important.
Absolutely. It's called tokenomics, and it's all about the economic model of a cryptocurrency. Things like the total number of tokens, how they're distributed, and how they're used within the ecosystem.
So it's not just about potential price gains, but how the token actually functions within the project. What are some red flags we should watch out for in tokenomics?
Keep an eye out for projects with a massive or unlimited supply of tokens that can lead to inflation and water down the value of your holdings. Also, pay attention to how the tokens are distributed. Is it concentrated in the hands of a few insiders, or is it spread out fairly and transparently?
These are all really important things to consider.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing you mentioned was real-world use. How can we tell if a coin is actually gaining traction out there?
Look at the trading volume, the number of active addresses, and the overall community engagement. Is there a growing community of users and developers? Is the coin being integrated into real-world applications? That's a big sign of legitimacy.
Right. We want to see that the project is actually being used, not just sitting there gathering dust. This is a lot to take in, but it's clear we need to be informed investors, not just chasing the next pump and dump.
Absolutely. The more you understand about a coin and the overall market, the better decisions you'll make.
And even with all this knowledge, the crypto market can still be a wild ride, right?
For sure, no one has a crystal ball. But we can arm ourselves with knowledge, spread out our investments, and manage our risk responsibly.
So let's say someone is convinced about this bull run and wants to jump in. What are some practical steps they can take?
First things first, do your research, figure out which projects match your investment goals and how much risk you're comfortable with. Then pick a reputable exchange to buy and sell crypto. Make sure you understand the fees and how they handle security.
And speaking of security, that's got to be top of mind, right?
Absolutely. Cryptocurrency security is crucial. Strong passwords, two-factor authentication, and storing your crypto in a secure wallet, ideally a hardware wallet. Those are non-negotiables.
And it's probably smart to start small.
Dip your toes in the water before diving headfirst.
Definitely start with a smaller investment and gradually increase your exposure as you learn the ropes and gain more confidence.
That's some solid advice. Now, before we wrap up, I want to circle back to this idea of a crypto bull run shaking up the traditional financial world. Is that something we should be prepared for?
It's definitely a possibility. A massive surge in crypto prices could catch the attention of big institutional investors and even governments. We're already seeing signs of that happening.
And what could that mean for everyday people? Could crypto become as common as using a credit card?
Absolutely. If more people start using crypto, we could see more businesses accepting it as payment. We could see new financial products built around crypto. It could even change how we think about digital identity and ownership.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. Imagine waking up one morning and crypto is just normal part of everyday life. Is that something to be excited about, or should we be worried? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? There are definitely potential benefits. More people could access financial services and we could have more control over our own assets. But we also have to think about the risks, volatility, security concerns, potential for misuse. It's a complex issue.
Right. We can't just focus on the shiny parts and ignore the potential downsides.
Exactly. Like with any new technology, there will be bumps in the road, but there's no denying the potential for disruption and innovation. It's a fascinating time to be watching this space unfold.
So for our listeners who are feeling overwhelmed by all this, what's the most important thing they should take away from this conversation?
If there's one thing you remember, it's the stay informed, learn about the technology, the market, the risks. Don't just follow the hype train, make your own decisions based on solid research.
And this isn't a sprint, right? It's more like a marathon.
Exactly. Crypto is a long game. You need patience, discipline, and a willingness to keep learning and adapting.
Well said. So it seems like we're standing on the edge of a potential crypto bull run with all its exciting possibilities and potential pitfalls.
It's a fascinating time to be involved in this space, and it will be interesting to see how things play out in the coming months and years.
Absolutely. And hey, if you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. AI Finance Podcast will be dropping new videos all the time to keep you in the loop.
We'll be exploring the latest trends, analyzing market movements, and sharing our insights to help you navigate the crypto world.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and as always, stay tuned. It really does feel like we're at a turning point, for crypto.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what could this mean for like specific coins? We talked about Phantom earlier. Any thoughts on how it might be affected?
Well, if this bull run takes off, like some people are predicting, Phantom could definitely see some, significant gains. Remember that price barrier we talked about at $0.80? If it breaks through that, things could get really interesting.
Right. And with the overall positive sentiment,
Right.
in the market, that doesn't seem out of the question.
Ah.
What about Cosmos? Any predictions for its trajectory?
Cosmos also has a lot of potential. That bullish signal with the moving averages combined with a possible breakout above $4.88 could lead to some serious price action.
So both Phantom and Cosmos are worth keeping an eye on. But this bull run could impact more than just prices, right? What about the whole meme coin craze? Could this be their moment to shine?
It's definitely possible. Meme coins thrive on hype, and a bull run would generate a ton of it. Kidzilla, with its aggressive marketing and presale structure, could be well positioned to capitalize on that frenzy.
I guess that's why they're calling it a movement, trying to tap into that feeling of being part of something bigger.
Exactly. They're creating a narrative that resonates with people who are looking for the next big thing. And during a bull run, that kind of narrative can be incredibly powerful.
Speaking of powerful narratives, we've got to talk about the AI angle. AI is everywhere these days, and it's starting to make its way into the crypto world, too. Could this bull run be fueled by AI-powered projects?
Absolutely. We're already seeing some really interesting projects using AI for things like trading portfolio management and even security. A bull run could accelerate the development and adoption of these technologies.
That's why it's so important to stay informed. Things are moving fast in the crypto world, and if you don't keep up, you could miss out on some amazing opportunities.
And that's where AI Finance Podcast comes in. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll break down the latest trends, analyze market movements, and give you the insights you need to make informed decisions.
So to wrap up, are you ready for a crypto bull run? Because it feels like it could be just around the corner. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, it's time to get informed and get excited.
This is a time of incredible opportunity in the crypto world. But remember, it's not just about getting rich quick. It's about being part of a technological revolution that has the potential to change the world.
Well said. And to all our listeners, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay tuned for the next video on the AI Finance Podcast YouTube channel. We'll be back with more insights, more analysis, and more of that crypto knowledge you need to navigate this exciting and ever-evolving landscape. Until then, happy investing.